just my lane. And I thank all of you. We're not done. We're continuing on. Actually, the meat of the show is still coming up. Now, those last two guests were part of the linchpins into the evening. But, you know, I look at their analysis and I look at mine and the guests on my show, and it's like kindergarten shit versus, you know, PhD shit. And that's not even saltiness. That's just the truth. So, I don't know. Take it for how you want. What is this ding? This must be my phone. Does somebody want to call in? Okay, you know what? King's Fool. You waited long enough. Do you want to say something? Because I got super chats that I still have to play.
Sure thing.
Go ahead.
I can, my bro. So you were talking about the accelerationist position
Yes.
prior, both with Mr. Moore and the person before that being the director or organizer for Ron Paul's campaign.
Yes.
Okay. The thing is,
that was the actual campaign manager for Ron Paul, by the way, for his presidential campaign. But yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely, it was. And that was a huge grab for the Killstream. Honestly, wonderful, perfect interview and everything.
Thank you.
It went perfect.
Thank you.
But the thing is, when we talk about accelerationism, is you guys kind of throw a lot of us accelerationists comparatively to the left. You know, at the end of the day, like, accelerationism isn't about just making things worse. It's a lot different than that. You know, you look at all the accelerationist advocates, such as the Bronze Age pervert, Mike Ma, or Nick Land, all of them support Trump. So how can you sit here and say accelerationists just want Kamala, they want leftism, they want liberalism, yet all of the most public advocates for accelerationism all support Trump?
So what's your line? Like, what are you asking me?
The line is simple. Accelerationism isn't about supporting leftism, isn't about supporting things getting bad.
I never said that, by the way. I never said that, by the way, but go ahead.
No, you're 100% right. You didn't say that, by the way. But you did misunderstand it, where you said, oh, we're not the accelerationist position. We're not accelerationists. You just kind of throw us on the side of the scale and say, oh, you're just like the leftists. You're just like Destiny.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I never said that. First off, Fuentes and others are not actually making the accelerationist argument. If they were, I would not agree with it, really. Not at this point. But I would say, okay, well, they have a well-grounded belief. They think this is going to accelerate the demise of the, certain controlled system or whatever. Go ahead, hold on.
Rick Harrison 69 sent $1 on Rumble. What's your point, bro?
But they're not saying that. They're saying, I'm not voting for Trump because he talks to Jews and he's getting Jew money or whatever. He's Zion Don. He's always been Zion Don. And Fuentes' real problem is that he is mad that he's been blackballed from Trump's orbit. And that's just a fact. And there's a reason he's been blackballed. So, look, just suck it up and do your thing online as a streamer. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like he is a split personality. He says all these things that he knows will disqualify him as a real political player. And then he wants to be, and he does it on purpose to be edgy, right? And again, I'm edgy too. Like, I don't try to fucking run for office. I don't try to fucking talk to congressmen, influence policy or anything like that. That's not me. He does all these things knowing, you know, oh, I'm an entertainer, whatever. But then he's mad when he's exiled. Well, that's what happens when you do those things. You get exiled. You can't be associated with people who are seeking public office. You understand that? You understand that, right?
Yeah, I understand that. I think that's a very legitimate understanding. But the thing is, when we're talking
Now he
about the
gets wait, but wait,
accelerationist position,
one second. He can still do a lot.
go ahead.
He can still, you know, speak from his platform and, you know, move the Overton window, as they say, or whatever. It's not that he's dead in the water. It's that he's dead in the water as far as it's concerned with him, A, being elected to anything, including dog catcher, and B, being associated with anybody else who's trying to win anything, including dog catcher.
The thing is here, though, Ralph.
You know
is
I'm
when we're
right.
talking about no, you are right. When Nick can't be elected as being dog catcher, even though he has millions and millions upon millions of dollars,
That's what I'm saying.
and he could have actually made some sort of political difference.
Yes, he could have.
He could have just conquered some sort of city, some sort of town, some sort of village, but he didn't do that.
That was my whole
He's a
point.
coward.
That was my whole. By the way, BG Coombe's here, and I'll get to you in just a second. Let me talk to this caller. But that was my whole point. He had it in his hands, and I was there in the fucking building. He had it in his hands, and he threw it down.
Based Cubase
Right?
sent
Anyway,
$1
hold
on
on.
Rumble.
Let this go through.
Accelerationism has to be done in certain
problem.
conditions. If you do it for the sake of it, worse usually just means worse, and you end up with Brazil or even South Africa.
So anyway, it's actually it's a critique of Fuentes, but it's also a praise of him. Like, he had it in his hands. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, all these connects, Gosar, all this stuff, and he threw it away to hang out on Fresh and Fit and throw the Heil Hitler and, you know, say the N-word, which I don't care about any of those things, to be clear. But the normie voter cares about those things, and they're not going to accept that it was just a joke. So
yeah, he was a moron.
Okay, so what's your point? I'm not trying to down you, by the way, but
No, I have a great deal of respect for you, Ralph.
Well, thank you.
And honestly, I appreciate it all. But the thing is, here, when we're talking about the accelerationist position, we're talking about the identification, okay? Things are bad, okay? And things are only going to get worse. And they're only going to move toward a more leftist paradigm. That's the acceleration position. Things are bad, and things are only going to get worse. So what do we do about it? We capitalize on things getting worse. A great example of that is voting for Trump.
Hold on.
Voting for Trump is a clear accelerationist position.
What do you think of these numbers as someone who lived in Virginia?
Hold on. I'll look in just a sec. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Sure thing. You vote for Trump because the thing
BG
is,
Coombe is here, by the way. Shout out. Okay, we'll get to finish up your call, though. I'm not trying to. I know you waited for a long time. I'm sorry, but please don't.
No, he can take his time. He can take his time.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the caller. He was sighing during my interview. Like, if you were here in my room, I slapped the shit out of you for that. No offense. I'm not trying to be violent, but please don't ever do that again. I like you, but don't sigh during the middle of my interview. I'll fucking like break a ball over your fucking head. But go ahead.
It's all good, Ralph. I have no offense towards you or offense.
I know, but
you've
don't
done
do that.
before me.
Just don't do that. Anyway, go ahead.
The thing is, when you look at the accelerationist position, all of the top accelerationists, BAP, Mike Ma, Nick Land, all support Trump. Why do they support Trump? The clear, obvious standard for why they support Trump is because it makes the left go fucking batshit crazy. It makes them open, like, all of their policies, all their interactions, especially when it comes to sanctuary cities. That's a huge example. And that's complete revolt against the current established government because we didn't have sanctuary cities or
Sanctuary cities.
whatnot
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
before Trump. Okay, so we had Trump in office, and then all of a sudden, all these leftists are creating
But
all of
look,
these
we
policies.
have a federal system, and so Trump can't. Anyway, go ahead. Just finish your thought, though, and I'm not trying to rush you, but I have a guest, and I have so many other guests tonight. Like, I want to let everybody shine. I'm the point guard, right? Basketball, if you know basketball. And so I'm not trying to rush you, but, like, go ahead.
You're not just a point guard, Rolf. You're the pitcher.
I'm a scoring point guard. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have all of these people advocating for leftist radical policies after Trump is elected. So once Trump is elected in this 2024 election, we're going to have all these shit crazy policies coming from the left. We didn't get those crazy policies from Biden. We had all of these policies coming from during the Trump administration, but not during the Biden administration. So if you want to actually accelerate things and make things more radical, you have to radicalize the left. You have to extremize the left. You have to make them throw shit against the wall, throw Molotov cocktails, and create sanctuary cities.
All right, fair enough.
That's why Trump is the accelerationist candidate, which is why accelerationists advocate for Trump.
Well, I'm not going to say I disagree with you. I won't take a full position on it, but, I understand that argument. And Trump winning's really
it's a good argument.
Brianna Wu Hyper Bimbo sent $2
fuck up
on
the
Rumble.
spokes.
Andy Worski is a deranged tranny tonight.
He's a deranged tranny every night who killed his fucking baby. But anyway, thank you, sir. Call back in later, man. We're going to be on the air a long time. I'm sorry I made you wait. It wasn't personal. I just have a lot of guests, so.
No problem, bro. I'm sorry that I missed the first call-in portion.
Yeah, I tried to get you in
enjoy
early.
the rest of your stream. It's really great. It's going phenomenal.
Thank you. It's been the best stream I've had in a long time. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, now, and again, he's cool. Don't hate on him, chat.